Tsuyoshi Mukuda, aka Mukoda, is summoned from Japan to an alternate world with three others to become heroes of the Raisager Kingdom. Unlike the others who have skills in swordsmanship and magic, Mukoda only possesses the online grocery skill that lets him spend money to summon food and online products from Japan. Sensing that the Raisager royals are untrustworthy, Mukoda convinces them his skill is useless and accepts money to quietly disappear. Confirming the royals are tyrants, Mukoda abandons Raisager and hires Werner and his Iron Will adventurers to escort him to the neighboring Venan kingdom. Mukoda provides them food from his skill and prepares meals on a modern camping stove. Mukoda discovers Japanese ingredients boost health and magic, and decides to use only ingredients foraged by hand in case people discover his skill and try to take advantage. One night, Mukoda's cooking attracts a Fenrir, a legendary wolf monster, who demands to taste the food. The Fenrir is so impressed he insists on becoming Mukoda's contracted familiar in exchange for 3 meals a day. Calculating the cost of feeding his new Fenrir, Mukoda realizes he needs employment immediately. Mukoda names the Fenrir Fel. Werner tells him entering Venan will be difficult, as Fenrir are legendary monsters and sure to draw attention. Fel agrees to hunt for their meat as long as Mukoda cooks it, which also saves money. Fel does draw attention at the border, but is allowed to enter Venan due to his familiar contract. Mukoda decides to register at the Merchants Guild, intending to use online grocery to become a traveling trader and see the world. Almost immediately, Mukoda receives an invite to meet Margrave Lindell, but refuses. Mukoda registers as an Iron Rank merchant, allowing him to run a mobile trading stall between cities. He discovers items like salt and pepper purchased from online grocery for 10 copper coins are rare commodities, and sells a bag of each to the guildmaster himself for 17 gold. Additionally, he joins the Adventurers Guild to sell valuable monster parts left over from Fel's meals, but learns he must complete 1 quest a month to maintain his membership. Keeping it simple, he accepts a quest to gather medicinal plants. Werner and his friends express hope of seeing Mukoda again, already missing his presence and exceptional cooking skill. Mukoda completes the quest quickly, and while Fel hunts more monster meat, he is able to use discounted ingredients to make spaghetti. Fel starts letting Mukoda ride on his back to make traveling faster. Adventurer Guild Secretary Bianca, despite her abrasive personality, develops a soft spot for Fel. Mukoda has the monsters butchered, keeps the meat and sells the rest of the body parts for 200 gold, with the butcher explaining the value of monster parts is often underestimated by amateurs. Mukoda also discovers, despite expectations, the orc meat is even tastier than pork. With Fel drawing so much attention, Mukoda decides it is safer to claim he is a great wolf, not a Fenrir. Due to his new wealth, Mukoda celebrates by introducing Fel to Japanese Wagyu beef. Unfortunately, such high-quality Japanese meat boosts Fel's stats so high, he hunts even stronger monsters all night, including a rare orc general, an A-rank ogre, and even a legendary chimera. Exasperated by how many valuable monsters he needs butchered, Mukoda decides to never feed Fel Wagyu again. Mukoda discovers he can use magic, but it is pathetically weak. Fel insists combat is the way to improve, and forces a protesting Mukoda to fight a goblin village. Mukoda levels up his fire magic but faints from the strain, requiring Fel to save him. Fel rewards his effort by hunting a goblin king which, while inedible, contains a valuable magic stone. Too exhausted to cook, Mukoda feeds Fel dessert pastries. Fel reveals he is blessed by Ninrir, the wind goddess, making wind magic his strongest element. Jealous, Mukoda calls out for any goddess to give him a blessing. Elsewhere, a goddess actually hears his request. To keep from wandering aimlessly, they enter a town to buy a map, but learn due to the number of wars accurate maps of the world are national secrets. At a pub, he buys a map showing the general location of the kingdoms and their dungeons for 1 gold. Learning from some adventurers, he was swindled since maps are a basic item available at all guilds for 1 silver. Having acquired a map, Mukoda decides to head east to a kingdom by the ocean. Ninrir takes an interest in Mukoda. Fel insists they rest by a lake so Mukoda can cook fish. Mukoda discovers a slime monster which can eat anything, and helpfully devours the packaging his online orders arrived in. Fel reveals the slime likes Mukoda, which for such a simple monster constitutes a contract. Mukoda names his new familiar Sui, who begins leveling up fast when Mukoda feeds him actual food. Once Mukoda trains Sui not to eat his utensils, Sui is able to do the washing up. Ninrir sends Fel a revelation. She will grant Mukoda her blessing to increase his magic and resistance to injury, in exchange for an offering of sweets once a week. Mukoda makes an offering of sweet buns and is granted the blessing. Meanwhile, Ninrir, a young goddess with a severe sweet tooth, devours the buns and begins sending Mukoda revelations every few days, are little more than lists of sweets she wants. She throws tantrums when he tries to stick to their deal of one offering per week. Despite the blessing, Fel is disappointed by Mukoda's progress with combat magic, and takes him to a special area where his abilities should improve rapidly. Fel forces Mukoda to enter a recently appeared dungeon and fight monsters to rapidly improve his earth magic, Stone Bullet, so Mukoda prepares by eating Japanese ingredients for the temporary status boosts. Forced to fight without Fel's assistance, Mukoda becomes more proficient at Stone Bullet and able to fire 3 bullets simultaneously. He discovers Sui is useful in combat with strong acid bullets. After defeating an army of kobolds, Mukoda is confronted by the dungeon boss, Kobold King, enraged by the death of his army. Mukoda desperately upgrades Stone Bullet to Stone Cannon and injures the king, but runs out of magic, so Sui kills the king instead and levels up while Mukoda passes out. Awakening, Mukoda discovers Sui can now speak in a childlike manner and refers to the outraged Fel as Uncle Fel. And while they have both leveled up, Mukoda is disappointed Sui is actually stronger than he is, but he still treats everyone to huge helpings of oyakodon made with stat-boosting Japanese ingredients. Fel insists on a shortcut through Griffin territories, so Mukoda spends the whole time terrified. Along the way, Mukoda discovers rare healing mushrooms can even heal stab wounds and broken bones. Sui eats one and gains a skill to produce multiple types of healing potion, including one so powerful it can save people from certain death. A griffin challenges Fel to a duel to prove himself the dominant griffin. Fel wins, requiring Sui's new potions to save Griffin. Mukoda notices Fel was also injured, a feat few have achieved, and the other griffins agree Griffin is the new leader. Griffin gives Mukoda a feather guaranteeing him safe passage in Griffin territory forever. Fel is furious Mukoda has been forgetting his offerings to Ninrir. After 6 weeks on the shortcut, they exit Griffin territory and find a trading caravan under attack by bandits. Fel scares the bandits into surrender, and the caravan's grateful owner Lambert invites them to accompany him to Carolina, a city close to where Mukoda wanted to visit the ocean. Ninrir later forces Mukoda to grovel for neglecting her offerings, and only relents when he offers a huge selection of Western-style desserts. While traveling with the caravan, Mukoda learns rumors of Fel have reached most of the kingdoms already, and fears they have drawn too much attention. Arriving at Carolina City, Mukoda discovers his adventurer's membership has been revoked for not completing any quests in over a month. After renewing his membership, he causes a stir among Lambert's guards by revealing all the monsters Fel caught on their trip, many of which are extremely high quality. Mukoda decides he needs a promotion to F-rank adventurer for the increased benefits which will make feeding Fel easier. Ninrir makes her latest demand for sweets, scolding Mukoda for forgetting her again. Mukoda is forced to take a quest to fight goblins to begin raising his rank. Sui hunts the minimum of 3 goblins for the contract, but goes overboard having fun and hunts a whole goblin village, causing Sui to evolve again, gaining the ability to alter his size or split into 100 separate slimes. Having hunted enough goblins for his promotion in less than a day, plus Sui's dramatic evolution, Mukoda again worries they are drawing too much attention. Ninrir enjoys her latest offering of egg pudding, but her joy attracts the attention of other goddesses. For the goblin-killing guild Master Willem reveals the royal family have granted Mukoda complete freedom within their kingdom's borders. Willem also promotes him directly to C rank, in exchange for quietly giving several troublesome monster-slaying quests to Fel. Mukoda sells Fel's latest kills to the guild, but 2 of them, a Chimera and Orthrus, are turned away as they are so valuable the guild can't afford them. With the money for the goblins plus selling the monsters, Mukoda earns 2,000 gold, the largest single payment in guild history. Fel is asked to kill a metal lizard and a herd of bloodyhorn bulls. Mukoda visits Lambert's shop and buys a nicer bag for Sui to sleep in, a knife belt, wallet, and new boots. As Lambert is primarily a leather merchant, he also asks to buy any high-quality monster skins Mukoda acquires in the future, especially from snake-type monsters. With an overabundance of meat, Mukoda cooks so much even Fel can't eat it all. Ninrir gorges herself on the sweets Mukoda sends her, but resents Mukoda's warnings. Too many will make her fat. The other goddesses are intrigued by the otherworld food. Mukoda finds the metal lizard has evolved into a mithril lizard, but Fel still kills it easily. Mukoda also gathers some valuable mithril ore it had been eating. Fel also hunts the entire Bloodyhorn bull herd with Sui's help. Returning to the guild, Mukoda learns the city lord will undoubtedly want the lizard as a gift for the king, plus the location of the undiscovered mithril ore, all in exchange for 5,000 gold. After a feast of bull meat, Mukoda prepares an offering for Ninrir, only to be confronted by 3 more goddesses, who not only offer their own blessings for otherworld offerings, they also reveal Ninrir as a cheapskate, who only gave him a minor wind blessing, even though he has no affinity for wind magic. Despite fearing the fame would come from being the only living human with blessings from multiple goddesses, Mukoda receives blessings from Earth Goddess Kisharli and Fire Goddess Agni. As he has no affinity for water, the Water Goddess Rusalka blesses Sui instead, so Mukoda offers a bumper-sized sweet box for the goddesses to share. Fel is impressed with Mukoda and Sui's new powers, and hunts the snake monster Lambert had requested. After sending the black snake to be butchered, Mukoda makes hamburgers. After selling the snakeskin to Lambert, Mukoda shows Lambert modern soap, shampoo, and conditioner. Lambert buys them straight away as an anniversary gift for his wife Marie. Mukoda learns Lambert possesses a bathtub, a rare and expensive luxury item. Marie loves the shampoo so much Lambert agrees to sell it for Mukoda, since Mukoda doesn't have a shop of his own. The city lord pays Mukoda for the mithril lizard, and a bonus for the mine location, 5,800 gold. A swarm of feral wyverns attack, and many adventurers are injured and poisoned. After treating them with Sui's powerful healing potion, Willem issues an emergency quest to slay the wyverns. Many adventurers aren't strong enough, so Fel and Sui volunteer and kill all the wyverns, while Mukoda turns the remaining hamburgers into cutlets. Elsewhere, the 3 Japanese teenagers summoned as heroes, Kaito, Kanon, and Ryo, all wonder whatever became of Mukoda with his seemingly useless online grocery skill, and doubt he is even still alive. They also hope to one day meet the rumored legendary adventurer who tamed a Fenrir, also lamenting that they do not have good cooking skills. Unfortunately, Willem cannot afford to buy the wyverns. At Mukoda's next offering to the goddesses, they all make different requests. Ninrir still wants sweets, but Kisharli wants shampoo, Agni wants alcohol, and Rusalka wants the same meals he feeds Fel. After purchasing a bathtub, Mukoda and Sui construct a bathhouse, and Mukoda finally bathes. The wyvern meat Mukoda uses to make gyudon followed by stew. Fel returns, having hunted an earth dragon, and Mukoda finally scolds his reckless choice of prey since his item box is now full of monsters so valuable no one is rich enough to buy them. As punishment, he refuses Fel's dinner until he has had his own bath. Despite Fel's protests, Mukoda is able to wash him with dog shampoo. Once clean, Fel gets his dinner but is disconcerted when Mukoda decides he must bathe once a month. The earth dragon is so valuable, Willem dare not let it be butchered in case the other parts are damaged. Instead, he tells Mukoda to visit Dolan City, where the guildmaster is a dragon expert. This would also allow Mukoda to finally visit the ocean. After saying their goodbyes, they depart for Dolan City. Now if you like this video, here's another one just like this one.